Hello everybody, welcome back to Sonic and the Glitchless Gauntlet. I've got a joke about it because I'm here with the other host of this event who will be taking over for the second half of this day, and they took charge of the second half of yesterday's day, whatever. That was a whole load of fun. If you have missed those runs, then you should definitely check them out. They will be uploaded onto YouTube at YouTube/GamesDoneQuick. I mean, that's an abridged URL, but you get it. You can find us on YouTube with Games Done Quick. But Amber is going to be taking us through. It's not Sonic Adventure 2. It's something else. It's a bit of a twist on that game. Amber, what is up with this?
Yes. So let's go ahead and just introduce this modification here. This is Dash Adventure 2. So way back, we've seen a lot of Sonic history in this event. Let's go a little farther back. So back when Sonic was being designed, one of his possible options to be, for what character he could have been, would have been a rabbit. What this game does, the initial seed for this idea was, what would have the universe been like had Sonic been a rabbit instead of a hedgehog? So what happens is that they replaced Sonic the Hedgehog with Dash the Rabbit. So naturally, Shadow couldn't have been a rabbit. Instead, we have Shadow couldn't have been a hedgehog. He's now Dusk the Rabbit. And based on that, we've redesigned the entire cast around Dash the Rabbit, Bolt the main wolf instead of Tails, and Jabs the kangaroo instead of Knuckles. But we're not running Hero Story, so heck those guys. Instead, we're going to be running Dark Story. We're going to be running as Dusk the Rabbit in place of Shadow, Picara the Owl, not Pigeon, in place of Rouge, and Professor Eggman instead of Dr. Eggman. And Professor Eggman is better than Eggman in this game in every way possible. Now, that being said, this is by the Dash team, mod team, led by Revenir and Carne, and this has complete physics changes, complete moveset changes, so you'll have some familiar words. I can't speak either, Hippie, it's okay.
That's all right, that's all right. It happens to the best of us.
Exactly, so, you're gonna have some familiar moves here, like the somersault and the spin dash and the homing attack, but they're gonna behave a bit differently. And then the otherwise, there's complete texture overhauls, new voices, complete soundtrack overhaul as well. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This is gonna be the glitchless category that I started to run just for this event, where I'm going to be respecting the solidity and level boundaries of everything in the whole run. So we're going to, there's going to be some physics exploits, but there's not going to be going through any walls and not going through, any loops or anything like that. Going around loops, on the other hand, that's perfectly kosher. But this is a very fun way to run SA2, and I know that there's going to be a whole lot of OC, the rabbit, do not steal, but honestly, I think it's really cool to just kind of explore the idea of what would happen if the universe was based on a rabbit and not a hedgehog. So as we get into the run, I'm going to explain the differences between the vanilla characters and the Dash version of the characters. And yeah, I think I'm about ready to get into the run. How are you doing, Hibby? Are you ready?
I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be. For a second, I thought, why didn't they name the sort of this Shadow equivalent Terios? Because that was prototype for Shadow, or am I thinking of a different character?
That is the prototype for Shadow, and in fact, the model in the game is still called It's still called Terios, actually, in the game files. Okay. But Dusk pulls a lot of Terios design choices, like the shoes and stuff.
Ooh.
From in his design, so it's really cool. I like it a lot. But yeah, this is basically going to be Sonic Adventure 2, but not. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into the run. This is going to be New Game Plus, so I'll have all the upgrades because that is how this mod is intended to be played. It wants you to play with all the upgrades all available to you at the start. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need it. So our first stage is going to be Iron Gate, and you'll also notice I have a input display above me as well and to the right. So we're going to go ahead and be able to see my button inputs as we go through. So you'll already notice that Professor Eggman here is very fast, but he also has basically a way better hover. So he's a hover that lets him gain a big burst of vertical momentum, and then he starts descending. But we don't want to always do that, so we're going to hover down here, and we're going to try to destroy these door locks here. There we go. Standing on, like, basically nothing.
I love this running animation. It's
so
like,
much faster
to
and
me,
also
it just
kind of
seems so
silly.
comical as well. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't add up for me.
A lot of the more comical bits in this mod are strictly because of how the game's modding tools, like, and how, like, difficult it is to mod this game as extensively as it is right now. You know, just behave and everything. So if they wanted to make the legs match up with the speed, they could, but then they'd have to try to retime the sound effects to match the new running speed, which would have been extremely difficult to do. So, like, anything that hasn't been done that you can think of, it just, like, it's because it's just unfeasible to do so. Not impossible, but unfeasible for an unpaid mod team. You know? So, like, it is what it is. So, we're going to move into our first appearance of Dusk the Rabbit. However, we're not going to talk about what he does or how he functions differently from Shadow, other than he's got a really, really high jump because he's a rabbit. When we get to Radical Highway, we'll talk more about Dusk's moveset, but for right now, we're just going to jump into the cockpit 4 times and hopefully not die here, because I can't get the... There we go. I couldn't get a ring to save my life. There we go. And people are going to notice I'm going to get really low ranks throughout these stages, and that's because they are score-based in Mission 1, not time-based. So, except for, like, the hunting stages where I should only be getting A's, maybe a B if I really struggle. We should be fine. So this is Pikara the Owl. Once again, she is not a pigeon, but she has the ability to fly instead of glide like Rouge, because, you know, Pikara has wings. She also has rings.
And rings.
Yep. So we're actually going to wall run up here. That's a free piece. That's really nice there. And we're going to fly over here to Stone Statue's Treasure, where the first emerald is. But Pikara can also gain height if I press the Y button while flying. Guns Guard for the storage area is going to bring me back to the small oasis. And Pikara's kit is actually based around gaining height. So if I dig and jump, she can jump really high out of the ground. So we're going to do that again to gain height faster than flight would allow me to. Is it this guy? No, it's actually this guy. I couldn't tell from right where the radar was, but Sub-Minute Dry Lagoon is totally fine. There we go. So, very nice. Her movement's really fun, and I think it peaks at egg quarters for me, because her flight just allows her to navigate really smoothly through the hallways. But now we're going to play Sand Ocean. Now, Sand Ocean, we have the hover, which means that this is going to be way better than vanilla Sand Ocean anyways, or New Game Sand Ocean, because this is New Game Plus. But we also have the Mystic Melody, which is going to allow us to teleport basically to the end of the stage. We're gonna use Mystic, and we're not gonna whistle, we're gonna Mystic Melody, Eggman. Thank you. We're gonna go into this portal and end up basically at the end of the stage. So we're gonna go over here. And pause hovers actually affect Eggman's height as well. They let me gain a lot of height. Go right around that thing there. And fly right over here. So we've actually skipped the enemy trigger too, because normally there's 3 gun beetles that come through, but we don't care about them here. So we're gonna blow up this portal, not portal, this pillar here, and then we're gonna pause hover and ignore the weight and just get right on top here and into the goal ring, and that's Sand Ocean in under 1 minute.
Nicely done.
Not Eggman is actually still Eggman, but it's Professor Eggman, and he's actually kind of the president of the Eggman Corporation, where he instead of like trapping animals and forcing them into robots, he actually instead just brainwashes people into being his employees. So he's still pretty hecked up. He tries to force people to be things that they're not, and we didn't thread that needle there. That's okay. But let's talk about Dusk's moveset. So Dusk is faster than Dash, or the Sonic counterpart in this universe. As you can see, he's extremely fast. He also has this air boost by pressing the Y button in the air that lets him gain a huge burst of vertical speed. and we're gonna abuse the heck out of that. And we're gonna also just kind of like ignore this entire tower area and just kind of go around it. And we're gonna drop down here. The spin dash can also, while you're charging and moving at the same time, the spin dash will move with you. So that's really awesome. Dusk is actually an extremely difficult to control character. He is meant to be for advanced players. So dash is like kind of like the easier counterpart to him. So we're gonna hit that spring and hope this rail doesn't troll us. It has like the hitbox of a toothpick, which it trolled us, but that's okay. We're just gonna jump up here. And I'm gonna spin dash jump over here, go right over here, and stay on track. Nice.
And don't look back. Just feel the pace.
No,
Come on, Emma,
Hibby.
finish it off.
No, Hibby.
Come on.
Come on now, race!
Thank you.
All right, so we're actually gonna skip a whole chunk of the level over here by utilizing a spin dash jump into the air boost there, get a little caught on the wall, but that's okay. And we're gonna go over that.
Here we go.
So that's actually a little worse than usual because I missed the toothpick rail, as I call it, on the suspension cable. I usually get a 130-ish radical highway, but that's okay. So just to catch people up on who are joining in chat right now, this is based on what the universe could have been like had they gone with the original rabbit concept art for Sonic instead of the hedgehog. So that's why we have a completely redesigned cast. Also, don't mind these cutscene models. These are cutscene models. They're not very easy to mod. In fact, actually, let me tell you how that modding process works if you were to try to do it. You are basically stuck stop motion animating these cutscenes. Oh, please, get off of the ledge, Pikara. Thank you. So Pikara will occasionally have a Rouge cosplay on, and just ignore that, please, and thank you. Like, it is extremely difficult to, oh, I actually know where this is. I ran right past it because I'm a numpty. There we go. It's right in there. So we're gonna go grab this hint monitor over here. Skull's room is gonna be red room, so we're actually gonna go through the altar room. Excuse you. Nope, it's the one right above me. Thank you.
So if I'm correct, all of these, all of the music tracks have been remixed for this, and all of the voice acting is new?
Yes, most of the voice acting is new. There are some cases where they did not get a line covered. There we go.
Is over.
But yeah, cutscenes are a little broken in this mod, but cutscenes are broken in every model swap mod. So yeah.
Just Sonic things.
All right. And also the actual in-game cutscenes haven't been fixed either because, like, would you want to sit there and spend hours upon hours on doing unpaid work to stop motion animate cutscenes? I don't think so. Like, it is not feasible to do so, and most people, oops. There we go. Most people just, like, do not have that time or even, like, the tool set to do it. Like, it's not impossible, but it's certainly unfeasible. So, Lost Colony in the glitched version of the run actually has a massive skip at the very beginning of the stage that would allow me to break out of bounds, fly all the way to the mandatory elevator in the stage, and just save a whole minute over doing this stage skipless. But this is the Glitchless? We've got a new variation. The Glitchless Gauntlet apostrophe trademark pending event. So, we're not going to break out of bounds here. In fact, normally I would clip through those cages instead of getting this missile, but here we are. Just getting the missile like, you know, some normal person would. All right, so we're gonna pause hover here so we have the height to get over to the checkpoint. There we go. Zoom up here. And then we are going to go ahead and fly over here as well. I actually really, really love Eggman's hover in this game. Bolt, which is Tails' replacement, also has a similar hover, but it doesn't have a big boost of vertical momentum. And trying to pause hover actually makes him lose height. He gains his height very, very gradually. Also, this song's kind of a banger, and this is the one time where the mech's not going to be stomping around, so you can actually appreciate the music for a moment.
I'd like to reiterate, it's something that we mentioned the other day, is that like one thing that is consistent about Sonic games is the music, and with speedruns we don't really get to hear much of it. I'm going to be quiet so that we can enjoy this though.
Pause hovering is not considered a glitch because all pause hovering is it's actually just pause buffering two inputs close together. So what that means is that like I could do it without pausing, but I'd be destroying the X button on my controller and it wouldn't be very fun to do that. I used to do that on GameCube, but anyways, all it does is take your vertical momentum from your jump and apply it to your hover. At any rate, someone's asking, what does New Game Plus have that New Game doesn't? Upgrades. So I actually have my full access to my entire moveset. So hover, upgraded Vulcan Cannon. I have the, if I were playing Hero Story, I would have the drop dash, which is in place of the bounce attack in this mod. But yeah, here we are in Weapons Bed. From one mech stage to another, that platform's trolling the heck out of me. We're actually going to be using the hover a lot here. So we're going to fly up here, and then we're going to pause hover so we can get big height. And we're going to go over here. There's not a DA1, just a DA2. Just to make sure that chat is aware. Dash Adventure 2 is the current only Dash implementation in the Sonic series for the mods. There we go. Heck. So these aircraft carriers, for some reason, let the mech run at, like, a massive speed boost. I don't know why, but, like, it is what it is. But this is actually based on Oil Ocean. In fact, you see the signs on the left there. Hold your fire, very flammable oil plant. There we go. And the water is black like oil because it's supposed to be oil. The Metal Harbor version of this area looks like Chemical Plant. It's actually pretty cool. But the main texture artist and team lead, Revenir Incarne, he not only voices Eggman and Dusk in this mod, and all the gun soldiers to boot, but he also really enjoys, like, a lot of color. So you'll see, like, very vibrant colors throughout the game as well. Dash is the main character for Hero, and Dusk is the rabbit for Dark Story. I can't believe this. All right, so this is Bolt. We'll see him twice in the run. He's a mained wolf, and he is the replacement for Tails. And his AI is glorious because when you jump, he has no idea what to do, so he'll stand still until I'm on the ground again. And just like that, it's over.
I think you'll make a great employee.
But
I love that voice snippet at the end.
Oh yeah.
You'll make a great employee.
You'd make a great employee.
Position, Doctor. Tell me when.
All right. So we're gonna have a Picara cosplaying Rouge for a moment here.
Timer for 15 minutes. Let's go, Rouge.
5 minutes should be plenty. Here I go.
All right, there we go. So we're gonna listen to Revenir. I mean, Professor Eggman just kind of shouted us to find the Chaos Emerald. So useless safe can mean a couple of different locations, but we're gonna go try to find. There we go. You can only fly for so long before Picara will get tired if you are ascending. She won't get tired if you're not getting height. There we go. Gotta save the parrot. Air conditioner to the security hall. I'm gonna go up here. Don't think it's up here, but I'm gonna check anyways. Dancing Money is actually downstairs. Yep. So it is down here. Is it you? It's you. Good. Give me a hint. A Shady Place is gonna be upstairs, I believe. And it's actually gonna be right up here. So it's right where I think it is. There we go. Sub-minute security hall is fine, and I didn't have to change any safe colors or unlock any safes. So I'll take that, you know? In the glitchless version of this run, RNG is one really big run killer and a deterministic value in whether or not I'm going to PB. But we're in Flying Dog, and we're going to try to manipulate this boss. So I'm going to try to get an early hit here with the screw kick. We're going to give it a shot here. All right, so we missed the first hit, which is a shame, but we're going to try to hit him out of bounds here, which is going to make him be like, what the heck just happened? And then he's going to fly away because I didn't get the first hit, but we're going to try to bring him down to 2, or, you know, hit him twice. There we go. So that should start the manipulation. So he's going to stay in this corner as long as I hit him on the left side of the cockpit while he's charging his laser, and he should stay right here with me. Yep. We're going to hit him on... We're going to try not to die, and we're going to lose the manipulation, but I'd rather lose the manipulation rather than die. There we go. And that should keep him in this corner for the last hit. There we go. It can be a little tricky to get your flight out of the screw kick because you have to double tap jump, and if it drops an input, it drops an input. That is what it is. But we got sub-minute, which, you know, not the best, but not terrible either. We're going into White Jungle, and I'll be real, the dusk stages are the ones I'm the most inconsistent at. So we're going to hope that I don't die here. The last time I ran this game, I ran New Game Plus Glitched All Stories for the Community Spotlight, which is Railcoon's show. And I died on White Jungle, so that is what it is. All right. So we're going to grab this pulley, because I'm not going to do my usual strat, which involves clipping under that loop to go to the path ahead. So we're actually going to take the loop like we're supposed to. But I will repeat it again. This for anyone who is just joining and wondering, why are you a bird? Why are you a rabbit? What's going on here? Let me just go ahead and say that this is Dash Adventure 2, so it explores and redesigns the cast based on the idea of what if Sega had gone with the rabbit concept art instead of the hedgehog when they were designing Sonic. So, we are Dusk the Rabbit, Pikara the Owl, and Professor Eggman here. We're going to grab this invincibility, and we're going to enjoy the proto-supersonic music from, I believe Sonic 3 is what this song references. I forgot to get storage on this spring, so we're going to hit this spring here after the vine, and that's okay. Small time loss, but it's no big deal. We're going to light dash. Oh god, Dusk, please. We're going to go over here, hit this speed booster, hit this spring to this vine. You could try petting Dusk. I don't think he'd enjoy it much. And we're going to grab this pulley, and then we're just going to jump up here because we're a rabbit, so we jump really high. And there we go. 139 is still very, very fine. There we go.
I'm a fan of the logic actually passing through between the characters, because quite often, like at this point, we assume sort of hedgehogs will generally be quite fast when it comes to Sonic, but they're not actually very fast in real life, whereas rabbits can jump high in real life, and they can jump high here. It seems so silly, but it's the Sonic series, and I don't know, echidnas aren't known for like punching things, yet here we are. So yeah, well, I think that's neat.
Exactly, and actually, Jabs the kangaroo has a triple jump because he's a kangaroo. But anyways, Dash and Dusk met at a Halloween party, and they didn't really like each other. They were, you know, Sonic and Shadow, and they're like, you know what, let's ditch the costumes and let's have a dance battle here in the jungle. So the jumping, the high jumps actually break the AI in this boss, so I have to try to fight it with the somersault rather than the homing attack, because once Dash jumps, he ain't coming down for a while. So this can be a little trolly. And I'm trying really hard not to just kind of walk off the edge. Dash, come over here. This is really trolly. I usually get this in like 18 seconds, but Dash is like, there we go. That's a great place to just die, right?
That sounded like some Mania type music.
Yeah. So that was actually based on the SADX character fighting. No, never mind, I'm lying. The one that we're going to hear versus Jabs and later versus Bolt again is is going to be what we have. All right,
Picking up a
so
signal from the emerald.
let's talk about why this stage looks the way it does. First off, it's extremely pretty. I love the way this looks. But you might be like, wait, in the vanilla game, they're they're driving through the city. Well, the developers were like, okay, look, no one plays Sonic Adventure 2 for the kart racing stages. Let's just do what we want here because heck it. And make it reference Radiant Emerald instead. So that's what we got here. The engine noise is a little loud right now, so like you can't really hear the song, but it is a cover of Diamond in the Sky by Dream Kiddo. Dream Kiddo is a delightful vocalist who does most of the vocals for the Picara stages and for this game, for this stage as well.
Oh my gosh, these floating ramps are scaring me.
They're really fun. Oh, I'm gonna spin out here. Also, if you're wondering why Picara has a very inconspicuous car-shaped shadow below her, it's because shadows are hard-coded in the game. You can't really change them. But you can change the models of the carts. So they were like, yeah, Picara gets a motorbike because it looks cool. Heck, the shadow.
Understandable.
Like, I think it's really cool and it fits Picara's kind of like rogue, like spy, like not even spy, but like a rogue aesthetic that she's going for. It's very, very spinning out because sharp turns are hard. Very I lost my train of thought because of spinning out, and also I saw the blimp and I was like, right, I did mod the blimps to say Glitchless Gauntlet apostrophe trademark pending.
Wait a minute. Be quiet. Just leave it to me.
Oh dear, what have we done, Amber? What have we done?
Hibby, I don't know what we've done, but whatever it is, it's pretty magical. We're gonna take this middle ramp, because the middle ramp actually has us in air for less time than the left or right ramps over there. We're gonna not fall in the hole. I fell in that hole like a few runs ago, and I lost my run to that. That was really fun. Because if you fall in a hole or fall off the track in any way in this in these levels, you go back to the very beginning, checkpoints be damned, basically. All right, so we're gonna wait until we're done curving around, hit that booster, bounce off that wall, hit that booster, bounce off that wall. And we're gonna hopefully not butt the taxi, because butting cars actually makes us lose speed here. I'm gonna grab this ramp because I can. And bless the developers. The final stretch here, when we're approaching Bolt in the tornado, there's these ramps here that just make this last stretch go faster, because otherwise it just takes forever. Like, bless the developers for being like, yeah, no, let's just get them through this as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I found it, Fox Boy.
Can you get this OST? This OST is delightful. It will be released when the final version of the mod releases. I'm playing a slightly modified version of the 2021 release of this mod from the Sonic Hacking Contest last year. And it is the OST that's available in the SA2 Realm Discord right now is actually very, very outdated. It's a lot of older versions of the songs that aren't being used anymore. But that OST is going to release with the final version of the mod. Holy buckets, Dusk! Please light dash. Hopefully later this year. So we're actually, once again, going to use the air dash to our full advantage over here and make our way to this spring. Gonna hit this one here, gonna wrap around this church here, air dash into that speed booster, onto this rail, and then at the end of here, we're gonna jump, air dash, and homing attack cancel, where we press the action button in the middle of our homing attack so that we actually get additional, what's the word I'm looking for here? Horizontal distance. There we go. And just like that, Skyrail's over.
Wow, that was a very quick Skyrail.
Yeah, Skyrail is quick as it is in vanilla, but it's even like more. It seems like it blazes by even faster as dusk. All right. So this is Egg Golem the Golem. Nothing much has really changed here from the vanilla game, so we're actually going to just fire at the chest or the right side as best we can and destroy the cavities that are going to open up and reveal the weak points. There we go. And then we're just going to destroy this last one here, and then I'm just going to wait for the timer to run out. And then this is like my favorite thing to do in the game. I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
I
you're
love this.
doing that. That's just
I'm
that's
doing
not just
that.
that's
Yep.
not just his animation going funny. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So we're gonna skip that cutscene once I finally remember. Homing attack canceling is in vanilla. It actually works the same way in vanilla, just not as extreme as it does in Dash. All right, green in a bowl is going to be the. I hit that switch with just a drill drive without destroying the thing. Incredible. All right, so green in a bowl actually is referring to not that peacock. This piece over here. Here it is. Crescent moon with green growing is actually going to be down here at the bottom. I don't know which platform, so we're going to find it. But Picara's flight here is actually really nice because I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to die by losing height. Here it is. We're going to grab that right here. And then we're going to fly back to the center platform and grab this hint monitor. A bunch of black containers at the base. Okay. And that's going to be right over here. I've actually never had 2 bottom pieces in a row in my life. That was actually really good.
Wow. And that, I was about to say, that flight looks so incredibly useful for that sort of stage.
It really
Beautiful
is.
rogue always gets her mark.
All right, so we're going to fight Jabs, the kangaroo. This is the one time we're going to see him, but he's going to be cosplaying as Knuckles at first because, again, this is clearly taking place at a Halloween party and nobody likes each other.
I mean, I'd totally cosplay as Knuckles if I got the chance.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a nice tie. Looking very dapper.
Hand over those master emeralds. Give them
All
to
right,
me.
so we're going to fight Knuckles the same way that Dawn fought Rouge. We're going to fight Jabs the same way Dawn fought Rouge in the vanilla game yesterday. And that's gonna hope that we don't end up. All right, cool. Jabs got Jabs in.
Hand over those master emeralds.
That usually
Give them
never
to me.
happens, but of course it's just like, hey, we're gonna, be a complete jerk here. All right, Jabs. Here we go. All right, there we go.
The master
Now give me
emerald.
back those jewels.
That's how that's supposed to go. Second
Nice.
time's the charm. All right, so we're gonna do Cosmic Wall. We're gonna do skipless, which is fine. There is the Cosmic Wall skip that exists in vanilla also works here. There we go. So one thing that I only use in this stage here for the mech is this fast fall. If you press both triggers, you can actually hard drop so that you can reach the ground better, so you can actually keep running, because it is still faster to be on the ground than it is to be in the air in most cases. So we're actually gonna destroy this thing here, drop down, and it actually, the fast fall was actually implemented into the mech, into Eggman's moveset specifically because of Cosmic Wall. There we go. You don't want to drop down into the springs though, because the springs do not agree with those physics. Grab this pulley here. And destroy this pyramid, and we're gonna hover up here. Cool, here we go. So we're gonna take this, what's the word I'm trying to find here? This cart here, this roller coaster. But if you ever want to know how to get an A rank, see these reactors here? If you destroy them, and the longer they're on screen, or rather loaded into the level while destroyed, they give you a bajillion points per frame. And by a bajillion, I mean like they just give you like 10 or 30 or something like that points per frame. But if they're on there long enough, at 60 frames per second, your score is going to skyrocket. I was at like 6,600, now I'm at 37,000, which is absurd. It's not quite a gondola, but we'll call it a space gondola. In space, anything's possible. Monorail, there we go.
In space, no one can hear you say diabolical.
Diabolical. All right, so we're gonna kill that artificial chaos before he can heck me up. We're gonna hold down right so that one doesn't heck me up either. These artificial chaos, like, they try to reach me, and like half the time they succeed because they're jerks. All right, so we're gonna grab this here, and then we're just gonna fly over. Normally being on the ground is faster, but I don't want to deal with any of the the enemy, so it is actually just a little better to fly over here. I'm gonna fly up here, and then we're actually gonna get hit by that artificial chaos because he's got the reach. We're gonna wait for this weight to get up to a certain height, and then we're gonna jump up. Because every time I'm like, oh, I can totally jump up and like skip this, the answer is no, you cannot. Because I end up just having just not enough height to do it. All right, there we go. Cut a corner there. We're gonna try to stay low to the ground here so we don't get hecked by chaoses. Grab this spring here. Shoot this pyramid mech there, and then up we go. Grab the pulley. Fly up to this spring platform, kill the chaos, grab the pulley. And yes, this mod does have new Chow Gardens. It's great. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and not get, well, we're gonna get hit. That's just how that cookie crumbles. We're gonna go on the last monorail as we finally figured out what word to call this. All right, so if you didn't pay attention to my score the first time when I destroyed reactors, well, you're gonna get another shot here. We're gonna go from like 40,000 to like 80 or 90,000. So we're gonna destroy these reactors. I don't need to get an A rank here, but I'm just doing it because I can. Look at that score. One more set of reactors here. Whoops, that's me mashing my my pause button. 80,000, there we go. All right, so this drill, by the way, did you know that you can lock onto this drill if it's close enough to you? If you just, normally most people just mash the Vulcan cannon to get it away from them, but you can actually do lock-ons to it for absolutely no reason. That's going to be Eggman's final stage there. We have one more thing we have to do as Eggman, though. We're going to fight Bolt for the second time. And hopefully, I don't really know the manipulation for this fight. I'm not even sure if it would really apply with the different physics either. But we are going to fight Bolt one last time and try to take him out. I might even actually show you the invisible wall that we were talking about for the SA2 run last night. But let's see what we got here. So right over here, there's an invisible wall, which is absolutely hilarious. Like, look at that. And it's only for Bolt.
Not even a scratch.
Can't get me. I'm honestly just trolling and having fun. All right, so he's gonna fire his laser, so we're gonna jump and hover around it to the best of our ability. And Bolt's gonna take himself out, apparently, by blowing up that capsule.
I'm sorry.
All right. So, there we go. So Dash Adventure 2, for one more time, for the people who just joined, is a mod that explores the concept of what if Sega went with the rabbit design concept for Sonic instead of the hedgehog. So we're playing the Dark Side story where we are Dusk the rabbit, Pikara the owl, who we won't see again, and Professor Eggman, who you also won't see again. It's all dusk all day. That sounds really silly to say out loud. So we're going to use Dusk's air dash a fair bit during this stage. But one thing to note about this, the final chase changes, it's really worth noting that the gravity, because of Dusk's physics, the gravity was greatly increased in this stage because if you homing attacked into these stupid drums, you would probably die because you'd bounce off, and that would be no fun. I'm gonna just jump and air boost here so we can get out of the way. There we go. So because of that, rails you have to be really careful with, springs you have to be very careful with because you will dead drop off of them because of the increased gravity. Because the choice was have dead drops on rails, so you have to remember to jump at the end of them, or, you know, bounce off the gravity drums and die. You had, like, no choice there. The choice was very obvious, make the gravity drums not suck with Dusk. I almost said ducks. All right, here we go. There are no ducks in this game. All right, so I'm done with these gravity drums. I don't want to deal with them anymore, so we're going to homing attack cancel after an air dash here to just get over to this rail. And we're going to jump down here. We're going to air dash past all this nonsense, if you will. And we're going to land here in front of these boost pads, run up the wall. Ducks the rabbit, yep. Spin dash jump into an air dash. And I'm going to wait for a second before I homing attack cancel. Homing attack cancel. So we can get a big boost of vertical momentum there. And we're going to make our way onto this rail. Jump at the end so we don't dead drop. And wait until we're on the top side of this drum. And there we go.
I thought the ducks were in the last run.
The ducks were in the last run? Maybe. They absolutely were. All right, so we're going to air dash past this. We're going to grab this pulley. And we're going to hit that. Okay, cool. It did not troll me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and say heck the rocket. We're going to air dash around the camera trigger here and then drop straight into the goal ring. 2.5 minutes for this stage. Not bad. Not for skipless, at least. There's some other stuff that I can do, but we are respecting the boundaries of the stage. So we're going into the final fight here. Time's going to be coming up fairly soon because we're going into the final dash fight. We're going to hope that he doesn't troll me here, and we're going to hope I don't go through the floor.
All right, Dusk.
So the jump AI, or the higher jump, also breaks this boss's AI. So instead of the rhythmic homing attacks, I have to actually wait for him to use his special attack. Come on, Dash.
I'll show you what the catching wins can really do.
And then we have to avoid the special attack, and actually, this is probably how most of you as a kid beat this boss.
Show you what the catching wins can really do.
There we go. I'm very scared of him being on that rail right now. So we got 2 more hits on Dash. Time's gonna be on the final hit. Good, he didn't even use his special attack. Dash, please.
No escaping me. Chaos control.
All right, here we go.
I'll show you what the catching wins can really do.
All right, time. There we go. That is Dash Adventure 2. That's a PB, actually. That's a 37:25 in real time. That's a 48-second PB for me for the glitchless category. So very happy about that. I don't know who Eggman is, this Dr. Eggman. I only know Professor Eggman. I also just want to say, while these credits are rolling, I modded all of the credits images to remove the vanilla characters and only have the Dash characters, which involved a lot of silliness with free cam, level select, and debug, so I could get close approximations of the Dreamcast credits images. This is not in the mod download that you would get in the from the Sonic Hacking Contest page. This is actually just something that'll hopefully make its way into the final version of the mod, because I spent the time to do it. But I want to thank the Dash team for making this. Shoutouts to Revenir and Carne for being an awesome friend and great texture artist, and just all around just really cool and willing to listen to feedback. And to the team for being really cool about respecting the speedrun community as well. Y'all have been hecking awesome. But you can find me, actually, I never get to plug myself because I'm a show host. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Amber Cyprian, where I do speedrun and speedrun adjacent content. I'm gonna go ahead and finally plug myself here. Follow me if you enjoyed this run. I'm actually gonna go back to the All Stories New Game Plus glitched category, because I have a few time saves there. But just a reminder to everyone that this event is still going. It doesn't stop here. What do we have coming up next, Hibby? We have what? That Sonic 2 race?
Yeah. We've got 4 top tier runners that are going to be battling it out at Sonic 2. So yeah, definitely got to stick around for that. Amber, thank you for that run. Also, thank you for all of the work that you've put in for this event, because this is by no means a one-person thing. We've both looked into this. We've also had other people having a look at the schedule. Big team operation. We've got people behind with the tech as well. Big thanks to Richard and Ray. Yeah, it takes a lot to get these going, and it's always appreciated. And we appreciate everybody in chat cheering the runners on. So, yes.
Do you mind if I just quickly say something?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
I just want to thank you for joining me as the co-host for this, because your marathon debut was 2 years ago on the first iteration of this event, Sonic and the Shiny Things, where we focused on emerald collecting categories. and it was just really, really cool to have you make your marathon debut there, and then 2 years later, you've really grown in as a runner and as a community member. And to have you joining me as a colleague here to host this event for the, for year 3 of like April Sonic events, I'm just so proud of you, Hibby, and I'm glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you. All right, well, we can't stay around with our emotions for too long because we have got to get that race going. So everybody, please do stick around. You'll be seeing more of Amber, or hearing more of Amber later on. Yeah, so please do stick around. It is just going to keep on getting better.
Yeah.